Hello everyone, my name is Olatunde Fulani Olawuwo. I'm a member of the Christian Science Church here in Dallas, Texas, and also a member of the Mother Church. I'm here today to talk about how Christian Science has really helped me in my journey of getting this job where I am right now. And I must say, first of all, I have to give glory and honor to God for that, because obviously I know it's not through my will that it happened. I graduated from Principia College 2003. And at that point in time, being a foreigner also in a foreign land, it was quite difficult to know exactly I'm going to get a job. I tried applying to multiple places then, and Principia College, which is a Christian Science school in Illinois, Alton, Illinois, they were really, really helpful. They tried to help me secure a job, but it just didn't work out. So it's funny because I kept on praying, and one thing I kept on working with in particular was an idea that my dad had always shared with me over the phone. My dad is a Christian Science practitioner. His name is Toye. He's also listed in the Christian Science Journal. And he said one thing you have to understand is, what is your purpose in God's kingdom? And you see, God has to be expressed every single moment, right? So a job is an expression of God's services for mankind. How God benefits mankind. That's what a job. That's the spiritual signification of a job. Spiritual significance of a job, excuse me. And he said, once you know your own purpose in this intelligence, God's purpose, then you know that you and your Heavenly Father, you cannot be separated in serving humanity. It's one and the same. God serves humanity, therefore you have to serve humanity. Therefore the idea of a job, which is servitude to humanity, has to be fulfilled. God's will has to be done. So I held on to this idea. Obviously, I had a couple of doubts because I kept on applying. That's one thing I didn't give up. Even though you pray, does not mean you should don't take the necessary step. You must take the necessary step needed for you to get a job. But what you're praying to God for is that, see, you already have the job, you're just praying for a guidance, that still small voice, that direction, so that way you can make the right choice, a fulfilling job that you can get to serve humanity, because that's the main idea here, is serving humanity. Being part of God's purpose of serving humanity, that's what the job is. So I head on to this thought, and according to Christian Science, it's not a miracle, because when love is being shown to you through God, it's not really a miracle, but that's just God at work. God was really at work for me, because back then, my mom came for my graduation, and she had called up one of her cousins here, who is a very wealthy gentleman here in Dallas, Texas. He called him up just to say hi. I didn't even know he even existed. So he told my mom that, oh, you know what? His company is looking for something right now. And does he know of anybody? And my mom said, well, my son is graduating right now. I did IT. Perhaps he could help your company out. He said, sure. Just been looking for somebody like that to train and to bring up. So it would be a great opportunity. That's how I got my first job. I went literally from school. I didn't even do internship. I just went from school straight into the job market. And that's how we started. It seemed very simple, but just working with that idea that I, as the image and likeness of God, must express the Heavenly Father. And God must be expressed in serving humanity. Hence, me and the spiritual sense of a job are inseparable. I am employed in my Father's kingdom. So that's how I got employed with my uncle here. A couple of years for him. And then I started praying for promotion. So just in case you might already have a job, but perhaps you're praying for promotion, you can also do that through Christian Science. And the way I started doing that is that God is forever evolving. I, as the idea of God, I'm also evolving with my Father. Therefore, I can only be in a place that is growing, that is invigorating me spiritually, mentally, and also skill-wise. So I started praying, working with that same idea that my dad had implanted in me when I was in college, in Principia College. And today, I just applied once. It's funny, I only applied once. And I got a job interview right there downtown in 2006. And it's funny because here I was, a bachelor's degree holder. I was competing with somebody that actually has a PhD in computer science. So I thought, well, I didn't even think that I was competing at that point. I just said, well, Father, I know this other chap is also looking for a job himself. So I thank you for providing one for him that's going to fulfill him. And also thank you for providing my rightful job for me as well, because I know I'm not competing with your ideas. Everyone is rightfully in their right place. Head on to this thought, went through the interview, and obviously mortal mind, doubt, whatever you want to call it, would set in and say, well, did you really get it? All I had to do is just shut that voice down. And the way I did that is by constantly affirming in my mind that what is rightfully mine can never be taken away from me. That's how fear was shut down. And in 2 weeks' time, they called me, and ever since then, I've been working with them. And that's my story.